Hi guys, Swift here, and this is my professional guide for Battlefield Hardline. Right, we're going to jump straight in and we're going to talk about playstyle. I think I've categorised playstyles for professional in 3 different areas. So I think the first one's CQC, which is close quarters combat, and that's when you're really maybe using your secondary a bit more and playing more objective focused. The next one I'm going to call it urban sniping, and that's when you may watch the objective still, maybe play a bit aggressively, maybe sometimes maybe a bit more defensively, because I think as professional that's more where you want to be looking at, unless you're playing CQC, but you're just sort of on the outskirts of the objective, finding a nice place to sit in and getting a few mid-range sniping headshot kill type things. Then the last one is long range combat, and you know that's when you got your snipers who are in those high up positions, the strategic points on the map, maybe at the back or whatever, you know, helping out in a supporting role. And choosing your playstyle is crucial to be good. To play to that playstyle is absolutely crucial to succeed as a professional in Battlefield Hardline. Positioning is the next one. This is just as crucial, finding that lovely spot right next to the objective that you can't be seen in. Like, sometimes you might want to change your position maybe a few times if you think you're getting smoked out by enemy snipers or you're being overrun. You just have to remember that you are a sniper, so you can't run out and get, say, 4 kills on operators. You will just get mowed down. So you just got to remember that maybe sometimes you just have to retreat from the fight rather than push through it. We're gonna now go on to aim, which is like probably one of the main things with professional, which makes it different from any other class. Bullet drop affects you a lot more than in any other class. Same with your bullet velocity. It all depends on where you place your shot. You have to make an estimate, and this is like the main thing with long range combat when you're sniping, is you have to have a greater sort of you've got to leave a greater gap. But I've sort of found that the bullet drop, even for the sniper rifles that have a bit more bullet drop, you don't really have to compensate for it that much. You just have to aim like maybe just above the head. Like sometimes I'll aim like half a meter or something above the head and I will miss and I won't get a hit marker or anything, and then I wonder why, and then I just sort of look back at it and go, well, I aimed a bit too high there. And anyway, you want to be aiming lower rather than higher, so you can at least get a body or a leg shot, because that might secure the kill. Right, now we're going to look at weapons, because there's 2 classes of sniper rifles. You've got your semi-automatics and you've got your bolt actions. I prefer the bolt action, seems they have a larger damage output, though they've got smaller magazines and lower fire rates. The other ones are the semi-automatics. These are more if you're going for CQC or maybe a bit of urban sniping, as I said at the beginning of the video. They don't do as much damage. You'll be looking at sometimes 2 shots if you can hit a headshot, 2 shots to kill, or you'll be looking at 3, which can be quite horrible if you're up against operators in mid-range combat. But just going back to the aim, and this comes together with the weapons, you really want to be aiming for the head, and that is really the most important thing. And in Battlefield Hardline you do get a red hit marker to tell you if you've hit your enemy in the head, and most of the time if you're using the bolt actions you will get the kill. You really want to be going for the headshots with the slower fire rate R700 LTR and the AWM, which are the 2 slower firing higher damage sniper rifles. But you just have to remember that because they've got lower fire rates and they have slightly higher damage, does not mean that you get a 1-shot 1 kill on the chest. Yeah, that's when I'm going to go into attachments for your weapons. I suggest using a 8x scope, because that's more sort of default. You could sort of go and you can snipe in any situation with that one. I won't use a suppressor because that increases bullet drop and decreases bullet velocity, which really doesn't help with especially long range combat. One of the things that, if you are using the R700 LTR and the AWM, I would really suggest using the 338 Magnum rounds. There we go. Right, these rounds, they do make your sniper rifle do a lot more vehicle damage and damage to humans as well, but they do cost, you do have to get 50 kills I think with the given sniper rifle, and then they are 100k, and once you purchased it for like a police sniper rifle, it moves over, so you don't have to like spend like 200k just to get it on both factions. But this is so useful, as you're seeing this in the gameplay footage that's going on at the moment. I do get a few sort of quick scopes in close range combat, and without the magnum rounds I wouldn't be able to pick up those kills. So we're going to move on. Last of all, gadgets. Right, I think one of the most important is the grappling hook, because that allows you to get to those positions that enemies won't really expect you to be in. And you may have already seen from the clip that there was a guy, he was proper confused, he had no idea where I was, so I just dropped down, knifed him in the head, and that was so cool. And the next one's laser trip mines. These are so useful in the gameplay footage that you're watching at the moment. I got a few kills with those, and they're just sort of defense on your position. Usually these are good if you're getting like smoked out by other classes other than sniper of your position. You just lay them down, put them low and like across, because usually I see people, they put them sticking up through the ground, and that's really easy to get spotted by those. So you just want to literally add them like laser trip mines, so you need to put them like so the laser's horizontal. That'll get you the most kills with those. And then one of the others that I'd suggest is either you could use the decoy, which could get your enemies in positions that you want them to be in, or you could use the camera, which allows you to, which spots enemies for you. And I think the only problem with this, with the camera, is if your camera spots someone and then someone like spots the enemy that's been spotted, it like their spot goes over the top, so that means that it doesn't count to your like sniper assignment 2, which isn't great. But yeah, so those were just like a few sort of different aspects of the professional class that I just thought I'd talk about a bit. It is one of my favourite classes apart from operator, but it's just one for satisfaction and maybe having a bit of fun in those game modes like heist or maybe conquest, where you've got ranging combat distances. Hope you've enjoyed. This has been Swift. See you on another video. Bye.